Hey guys, our Mixed Media Moods for February. It's the monthly collaboration between Dee Dee Catron and myself. And this is this month's mood board. We took the mood board and then we both made projects based on the mood board. So I'm starting out with a piece of toned tan mixed media paper, and I cut it to 4x6, and it's going to be the cover of this book. And I'm just doing a real quick flip through. I glued the pages in using PVA glue, and it's got a piece of canvas on the spine, and then I'm just going to glue the tan pages onto the little canvas flaps on the front and back to make my covers. And I scored this piece here at a 1/2 inch in so that the book can bend up without like cracking, so it nicely bends once it's gonna be all assembled. So I'm gonna add some Collage Page matte all over my paper, and then I have a piece of vintage ledger paper. It's from like the 1860s or something, and it has like really incredible calligraphy kind of writing on it. I mean, I know that's how they all wrote back then, but I mean, it just looks really insane. So in looking at the mood board, I noticed that there was some gold elements coming through, so I definitely wanted to bring that into my piece. So I brought some iridescent bright gold Liquitex acrylic ink out, and I'm just going to splatter it all over my paper, which is now dry. And that extra gold that's on my mat there does not get wasted. Oh no. I'm just going to use my little scrap pieces and mop that up. And then I'm going to spray some water just in the center to get that gold moving and flowing around. And I want to keep like the outside edges kind of with the splatters, because I know I want to put that cathedral window in the middle. So I kind of want the gold to spread out in the middle, but the edges are going to still be seen. So I want the splatters to remain on the edges. And then in the picture in the top middle, it's got like these arched windows. So to me, I was really inspired by the thought of using like cathedral windows, and I just searched black and white cathedral in Google and came up with like a bunch of pictures, and I just printed this out on my regular inkjet printer. And I'm gonna trim it down till I'm happy with how it's gonna fit on my page there. And I'm gonna do an image transfer. But I want to make sure that my paper has like an even layer of something across the whole thing, so it's not like ink in some spots and the Collage Page in others. So I'm just going to add a layer of some Finnabair clear gesso. And I'm just applying it with a catalyst wedge. And then I don't know what happened to the clip of me actually doing the image transfer. So I'm taking my matte medium, and this is what I do. So I apply a layer to my background paper, and then I apply a layer to my image, and then I press it down, making sure to burnish. And what I usually do is peel up that paper before it dries. And this time I thought I'd try a different way. I'm going to dry it completely with my heat gun. Now you're supposed to leave it dry like overnight, air dry on its own, but I figured I'd let it, I'd heat it with the heat gun, and this actually turned out really good. Like, I'm never going to do an image transfer in another way. I couldn't believe how well it turned out. So I'm just going to spray once it's completely dry. I just made sure to dry it really good, front and back. I'm going to spray it with some water and just gently try to remove some of that extra paper pulp. And oh my God, you guys, I couldn't believe how clear the image was and how well it came out. You can see some of that gold through the paper. You can see some of that writing in the background. And I'm just gonna, once I have all the paper pulp, lift it up, which took a couple tries. It actually took quite a while. I'm gonna add a layer of matte medium all over everything to just seal everything in. So I have this picture of this girl. I think it's from the 1920s, I think the back says. I got it at a flea market, and this is the original, but if you want the same image, I don't know if you guys know this, but Wow Studio started carrying like digitals digital photographs of like pictures like this, and really cool stuff. So I'll link down below where you can get this exact same chick at Wow Studio if you want her as well. So I'm just going to trim her out, and she has like a little bit of black down at the bottom, but I'm going to leave it because I really like the contrast of that. I'm going to take some really fine grit sandpaper and just kind of smooth out her edges and distress the bottom a little bit. And then to glue her down, I'm going to take some multi-medium matte by Ranger and just stick her down there. And then before I stick like my little collage elements up at the top, I'm going to add some birds. I'm just tracing these birds. This is a Dina Wakley media stencil. And then I have a water-soluble graphite pencil, and I'm just going to trace the birds, a couple of them here or there. It's like real subtle, but I don't know, I just like birds, so I pop them in there. It doesn't have anything to do with the mood board. So I'm just going to take a little bit of water on my paintbrush and kind of dissolve some of those lines of the pencil, just a little bit. And then I'm going to stick down, this is a piece of like a book spine. Crystal Neubauer, I think that's how you say her name. She does these like amazing collages, and she always uses like pieces of book spine and book covers in her stuff and vintage papers, and it really looks so cool. So I dissected one of my books to get the spine, and I just used a chunk of it. And then I have a metal star, got it from like a primitive kind of general store at the flea market, and it's like a brownie black color. And then I stuck the word Superstitions on top. It's from the Tim Holtz clippings. And then I have some buttons. I'm just going to stick those down there. And then the mood board in the middle bottom picture and also the bottom right picture has some like sketchy kind of lines that to me reminded me like a little bit of vine. So I'm just going to sketch with a mechanical pencil some like viney type things. The mood board for me this time was kind of like really just a springboard, like, you know, not completely like, I don't know, like it was a big jumping off point, I should say, rather than like literal. Okay, yeah, those are the words I'm looking for. So I'm just going to pop the cover on there off camera. I'm just going to glue it to the flaps. And that is my project. I did a flip through at the beginning because I was planning on selling this journal on Etsy, but after I finished it, I liked it so much, so I think I might keep it for myself. Okay, be sure to check out Dee Dee's project. The picture of her project is here. Always does amazing stuff. Her link to her video will be down below. Also the link to the Wow Studio digitals down below. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, if you want to join us and play along, we have an Instagram account. It's just Our Mixed Media Moods, and you can hashtag us there or tag us, hashtag Our Mixed Media Moods. We also have a Facebook group, Our Mixed Media Moods. If you just search Our Mixed Media Moods, how many times can I say Our Mixed Media Moods? So basically, Our Mixed Media Moods everywhere. That's what it is. Okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye, guys.